Yo, 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 we are back. We are back. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hi, everyone. It's Josh and Isaac. Josh, what up?
I'm good. I'm good. Big
It's
night.
Champions
Big
League
night.
night today. It's Champions
Yeah,
League night today, Josh.
it's
You
such a big
know,
night.
big night, and I'm all about PSG. That's what I can say. Before I say anything else, I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. Amicus PSG. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Josh and Isaac, we are back. And of course, it's Champions League today. The UEFA Champions League semi-final, first leg between Arsenal and PSG. It's set for today, 29th of April 2025 at the Emirates Stadium, with the second leg meant to happen, or rather, that will be happening next month, 7th May, in Paris. Well, Josh,
I know, bro. I mean, to be honest, the semi-final
yeah,
fixtures of the
you
Champions
cut off.
League, as it,
I was
yeah.
going to say something, but maybe you've saved me.
Oh, sorry.
No, 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 it's good. It's good. Arsenal fans were going to chew me. As I said, I'm all for PSG.
Yeah. Same here. I'm in that corner. But to be honest, the semi-final fixtures of the Champions League, as it has turned out this year, have
Yeah.
been a very great marketing tool to the new format.
Mm,
Two mouth-watering ties involving the best teams in Europe, even by the eye test. I mean, when you
incredible,
look
man.
at Inter Milan, Barcelona, Arsenal, and PSG, these are um, actually the best teams in Europe at the moment because they've performed the best. They have the players who are making extraordinary things and stuff like that. I mean,
Mm.
yeah, it is the proper semi-final fixture over Champions League.
Man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Once again, guys, please do subscribe. Turn on the notifications. It's Arsenal versus PSG. Champions League semi-finals first leg, Josh. And of course, historically, Josh, Arsenal are unbeaten in the last 5 meetings with PSG, including the 2-0 win earlier this season, Josh. And also, of course, a lot. But tactical battles, Arsenal, we all know, Josh, they are very good when it comes to set pieces. I saw earlier today, Enric was being asked, how are you going to manage? Have you been training? Have you been preparing for the set pieces? He told them, why do you think I'm the PSG manager? I'm not here just because I'm nobody. Of course, we are training. We will see, not the exact words, but what he was trying to say is we will see whether uh, everything will go on our side, but our team is prepared. The boys are ready. Other coaches have also been prepping, especially when it comes to set pieces, because we know players like Saliba, Josh, very good in the air. And Josh, by the way, Pate is missing today. That is
Yeah,
very bad for Arsenal. I don't know
it's
whether
yeah,
they know that.
it's unfortunate that Partey is missing, but
It's
you
fortunate that
see,
he's missing, Josh. I don't want
no,
PSG to call. I don't want
it's
Arsenal to
unfortunate
qualify.
for Arsenal fans that Partey is missing because for me, Partey has been very outstanding for that side. I mean,
Mm,
he's given Declan Rice some confidence that he can actually go up and about the pitch as and when he chooses those moments because he has comfort in Thomas Partey at the back. But Thomas Partey will not be playing this game, and it is difficult to see who comes in for Thomas Partey because even Jorginho, I don't think he's available for selection. I
mm.
don't think he traveled with the side. But yeah, Ateta has a way to do one or two things to actually take advantage of the tie. You see, Arsenal versus PSG is a very good tactical battle, and I believe PSG must grit their teeth because
Yeah.
Ateta has a very disciplined side. You see, when a manager goes into a transfer window and ignores the glaring holes in his forward line by buying
And
just
brings in
defenders,
Merino.
yeah, buying defenders and an average midfielder profiled for his size and arriving late in the box in Merino, you have to take
Hmm.
notice of his intent of
I
keeping
know.
things very tight.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everyone was talking about this old-fashioned number nine and stuff like that. Kai Havertz doesn't cut it, and but Ateta stuck to his guns and he did what he thought was best. And look where they are now. So for me, the biggest difference between the two sides is in their application due to the respective domestic leagues in which they ply their trade. They're tailor-made Premier League players like Declan Rice, even as limited in technical ability as they are, in comparison to the EP on the PSG midfielders like Vitinha.
Yeah, yeah.
They possess an antidote in modern football that transcends that ability. They have lungs, they have legs, and they have grit. Now, the absence of Thomas Partey might take away a thing or two in Declan Rice's game, because when you saw the way Declan Rice applied himself in the game against Real Madrid, you could have seen that the team was set up in a manner that he had a sense of security at the back, so he could pick his moments. And we have seen he's very good busting into the area. He makes very good runs every now and then. And if he plays half as good as he played in the two legs against Real Madrid, I think Arsenal has a real big chance in this game.
Well, well, I don't know what, but I mean, it's not good that Partey is missing this game, or he's not going to be playing, because somehow that is going to constrain who Declan Rice. He's not going to have that freedom, because we know every time Partey is there, he has that freedom to go up front, cause a lot of problems. But today he's going to be a bit on a tight leash, Josh. He's not going to be given that full. I don't know who is going to come in and will do what Partey says, but rather does. But I only see Declan Rice coming in and bringing in other players to fill Declan Rice's void. But overall, Josh, discipline wise, Arsenal, Mikel Arteta's team is very disciplined, Josh. They've, as you've
Mm.
said, they've broken barriers. They've played so well even without a striker. You've seen they are right now. They are currently second behind Liverpool, EPL table. They are already in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and who knows, Josh? I'm just hoping PSG is really, or rather, they bring their A game, because Arsenal does not play, especially at the Emirates. And Arteta, Josh, I mean, he called the first leg one of the biggest games at the Emirates he has seen, Josh. You know, that's what he has called this first leg. And of course, he says they play every ball together. He also emphasized the hunger that Arsenal has. They want to win everything, much as they didn't win the Premier League. He said he says, or rather, he said we want much more, despite us not reaching, or rather, not taking the EPL. But anyway, it's a beautiful story, reaching the semi-finals of the Champions League. Yeah, this season. Enrique also, Josh, Luis Enrique also acknowledged Arsenal's collective strength, you know, comparing it to his team style. He insisted that, by the way, PSG has improved since their October defeat. His words were, "We are a better team, and we've shown that throughout the competition, and now we want to write a page in history." He also downplayed Arsenal's set piece threat, Josh, as I told you earlier. He said he doesn't really see why people are over, you know, pushing that ahead, because he knows his team has been training. They've been watching Arsenal games, and I mean, it's going to be amazing, Josh. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Let's just wait and see how things go.
Martinelli himself agreed to the fact that this is the biggest game of his football career, because he's
Mm,
playing a Champions League semi-final. He's playing a Champions League semi-final against PSG, a very, very good side. And for me, I think that the billing of the game is up there. I mean, the players do not need any more motivation from their managers to
mm,
perform to the best of their abilities. I mean,
mm,
much as Mikel Arteta does look at this as a Hollywood story, or a very good fairy tale for his Arsenal side, and from where they have been to where they are now, I think PSG. I think Khalifa himself should actually be pinching himself that at least this time he has assembled a side that that actually looks the part. You see, PSG seems to have made a good turn, getting rid of Mbappe, Neymar, and Lionel Messi, and choosing Louis Enrique, because he has assembled a side of players who are willing to play for the side. I mean, the individual, the quality at PSG at the time, maybe it was in Mbappe or Neymar or Lionel Messi. These were very good household names, but they failed to jail, and PSG never really went that far in the Champions League because they had just about thrown money at every shining toy in Europe, but never really looked as good a side as they do now. So not even when they got to the Champions League final a couple of seasons back. But oh boy, here we are, and I like the squad
It's
that
exciting.
yeah, I like the squad that PSG has. I mean, from goal, from the keeper to the number 11. I mean, the very very good fast team. They have very good attackers. You can talk about Nuno Mendes and Hakimi. They attack with those high flying wingers. And now, actually, the wingers tonight are going to have a big say about this game. I mean, will Arsenal bait PSG to get out of position and allow the wingers to fly so high up so they catch them on the break, because it is difficult for this PSG side to recover the transitions when they lose the ball so high up the pitch, because everyone has almost gotten high up the pitch, and much as they have diminutive players in the midfield, they're not the strongest. So a player like Declan Rice maybe can overpower someone, or Odegaard or something like that. But they're very technical players. Ruben Neves, he has the lungs. Vitinha can keep the ball all day, every day. They can pass this ball. They can pass Arsenal into submission. But I also know that Mikel Arteta has a plan or two on how is going to stifle PSG from playing. And
Mm,
for me, I think for Mikel Arteta to win this game, he has to go for it. He has to go for it. Not worry about Thomas Partey. I think Mikel Merino can replace Thomas Partey, and then maybe
Henry,
yeah.
Henry is pushing it too high. He's already saying Arsenal will win the Champions League already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe it will, but from this point on, all the four
Mm,
teams can win the Champions League. I don't think that you can write off any one of them, because when you're in the Champions League final, even if you were not good during the group stages, I mean, you've gotten to this point, and there's one more game for you to play to get to the final. So I think every player in these teams is going to do whatever. This is the match that you have to play at 100%.
mm,
So the thing that I hope we do not see in this game is maybe a red card, stupid reactions, and things like that. If you do get a
mm,
red card for flimsy tackle or handball or something like that, yeah, so be it. But for if the referee is the one who decides the fixture, rather than the football deciding the fixture, that would be such a disappointment for this tie. But
Well,
PSG should go all out to win the game, and
well, I mean,
so
uh,
should
both
Arsenal.
teams are chasing their first Champions League title. I think Arsenal last played in the final, was it 2006? And PSG is not very far. That is during COVID 2020. And
Yeah,
but the winner will either face Barcelona or Inter Milan. Josh, that will be May next month on the 31st. And to me, what I can say, Josh, the first leg outcome at the Emirates today could set the tone, Josh. We all know Arsenal home form, Josh, unbeaten in the Champions League this season, Josh. And they are clashing against PSG, who have is it 18 game away scoring streak. So it's not going to be a final game, rather an easy game. It's going to be a really, really
not at
tough
all, not
battle.
at all.
I hope they bring their A game. But Josh, before we go, or rather before we proceed, how do you see Enrique? If there is a chance of PSG beating Arsenal, how should they set up, and what should they capitalize on? What should they, focus more on? The set pieces, because I know the
No,
set pieces. That is no,
PSG.
I'm saying that is Arsenal's side set pieces. But I mean, defending the set pieces. It's very hard to defend Arsenal set pieces, Josh. Out of five,
Yeah,
I'm
but
telling you, two are
for
going
me,
to
I
go
think
inside.
me, I'm not so taken up by their set pieces because at least they've not been scoring from them in a while. I mean, yeah, they've not been scoring from set pieces in a while. Like I don't remember when they last scored from a direct set piece. Anyhow, directly from a set piece. But the thing though is, for me, I think PSG to win this game, they have to
Mm,
they have to want it more than Arsenal. A thing which is very hard because Arsenal in games like this, I have seen them. Ateta maybe is a very good motivational speaker, or he's such a good communicator that the players listen to him because the players in such big games, they are so determined to win every ball, to
mm,
run, as in to cover every blade of grass. That's the Arsenal players. I mean, they win second balls. They do not allow you on the ball, and PSG wants to be on the ball. PSG wants to pass this ball. So I mean, if the Declan Rice, the Odegaards, the Martinellis, the Sakas can rush Vitinha, Ruben Neves, Desire Doe, Bakola, and Usman Dembele, if they can rush them when they are on the ball, so they
mm.
make maybe bad passes or things like that, I think Arsenal can nick it, and it will be 1-0. But for PSG to win this game, they have to actually be precise in attack. The PSG's, you see, the thing about this game that is very difficult to call is Arsenal's best players at the back and PSG's best players at the front.
Mm,
Yeah. Even the defenders for PSG, that is Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, they're high flying wingers. They are high flying wingers, and they, they they produce much more when they go further forward. So that is an opportunity for Bukayo Saka. As
mm.
in, yeah, will Bukayo Saka use that opportunity and exploit it? Um,
Well,
the
PSG. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, the Salibas, the Kivio, they should just push up a little bit. They should just push up a little bit so they are not drawn into a defensive mode from so deep, because they're very
Mm,
good defenders. They're very good defenders. They have some bit of pace on them. However, when you talk about the players that PSG has in attack,
mm-hmm,
Kivicha, I think Kivicha
mm-hmm.
is going to decide that game.
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia today will decide that
Dembele.
game. Yeah, Usman Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Desire Doe,
Mm,
Bakola, and Ruben Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz. These are players who are all very comfortable on the ball, and I like the one-on-ones. Kivicha, any one-on-one is going to take you on.
mm.
Usman Dembele is going to take you on. Desire Doe is going to take you on. Bakola is going to take you on. So Nuno Mendes, Hakimi. I mean, yeah, it is quite a formidable attack for PSG. But then
But
without Thomas Partey and Gabriel Magalhaes, is there a dent in the Arsenal wall? Is there a dent in the Arsenal wall because they're missing
yes,
Thomas
there is,
Partey and
Josh.
Gabriel Magalhaes? It didn't
Mm-hmm.
show against Madrid when only Magalhaes was out, but then
But now,
they will be without the experience of a player like Thomas Partey, who has been very pivotal to their season and
and
ascendancy of Declan Rice.
but Josh, yeah, they are still riding high, after that stunning victory over defending champions Real Madrid, Josh. The thrashing 3-0, then 2-1 at the Bernabeu, Josh. I mean,
And
they are
that is the
still
thing.
unbeaten in their
That is the
8
thing.
Champions League games, Josh.
Yeah,
12
that is the
matches
thing that
across all
has
competitions.
that is the thing that has brought them back into the conversation. The manner in which they won that game against Real Madrid has
Mm,
brought them back into this conversation of winning the Champions League or going very far in the tournament. because no one really expected Arsenal to perform the way they did. Maybe Real Madrid fans actually did expect Arsenal to perform the way they did, because if you're a Real Madrid fan, then you are alive to the fact that Madrid has been struggling this season, and it doesn't have the best team. Okay, they've not
Mhm.
really played as a unit. They've not played as a team for such a long time, and there's a lot of problems at the back. You could notice the problems at the back even before this game came on. But because it was Real Madrid and it's a Champions League tie, it was always difficult to write off Real Madrid. But to be honest, Arsenal was always the better side even before the game.
Well, Madrid fans are not going to, are rather not going to be happy, but I do agree with you.
Yo,
Josh,
even me, knowing that fact, I still
mm,
couldn't give it to Arsenal just because
I
they were
know.
playing the Royal Whites. But to be honest, Arsenal always looked like a better side than Real Madrid going into the fixture. But it has
But
brought them back. It has given them a lot of confidence. So I think they have all the confidence in the world to beat PSG. It just won't be a very easy game. And the thing that I told you about um, the tailor-made players of the Premier League, they
mm,
like to do maybe let's call them the dirty things on the pitch, the things not so many players like to do. You know, they run around, they
time
can pull a shot
wasting and
here, they
dark arts.
before even the time wasting, because in Spain they do that a lot. I mean, the cheat code there is different. I mean, they do Barcelona.
But
That's what they do all day, every day.
But yo, Josh, we saw Arsenal. It's not a defeat, but anyway, it was a bit of a shocker. Recent 2-2 Premier League draw against Crystal Palace highlighted, to me, I think it highlighted just their struggles or struggle to hold leads, Josh, because with 9 stalemates from winning positions this season, Josh, they've, I remember last time they beat PSG 2-1, right? 2-0, sorry, in the league
Yeah,
phase, October 1st. Goals
yeah.
from Saka and
Without
Havertz. But
without Usman Dembele and Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, as in that should be put out there. And Vitinha
Josh,
actually came on for someone. But it's
yeah.
a
So,
very different side. It's a different side from the side they played in the
but
group
PSG
stages.
as well. PSG anyway. Yeah. By the congratulations, they just won their 13th League One title, with
I
the
know.
6 games, Josh, to spare. But although
And
this weekend, they suffered a shock defeat, Josh,
it
against
was,
Nice.
I don't think it was a shock defeat.
It was
It
because
shocked.
it's not like that benched really many players. No, yeah, I mean, it
Yeah,
ended the unbeaten run in League One, Josh. Now, in the Champions League, they finished 15th in the league phase, Josh. Crushed, I remember they crushed, was it Brest? 10-0 on aggregate. They even beat Liverpool on penalties, edged Aston Villa 5-4 in the quarterfinals, Josh. But despite losing, I'm not forget, just they've lost very good players, to Madrid, Neymar, Messi. I mean, Mbappe to Madrid. They've lost Neymar, Messi, but it looks like the current players they have, the players you've mentioned, Caravaskhelia, Bakola, Dembele, Josh. I mean, they remain potent, Josh, and it looks like the other players that I've talked about are not being missed, Josh. Now, the reason as why I'm saying this is Arsenal has to be very, very careful with these boys. I know they dropped their guard when they were playing against Villa, but they have to be very, very careful. They have the advantage that they're in England, they're at the Emirates, but they have to bring their A game because they barely have injuries, Josh. I'm looking at their injuries. They barely, and Arsenal has Partey is suspended, Gabriel is out. Kiro is, I think, he's the one who's going to be playing at the center back. But
yeah.
PSG, Josh, a near full squad with the center back Pacho likely to be available after recovering from the illness. It's going to be a real, real test
Such a
for
good
Arsenal.
player. It's such a good
You know.
player. For me, I
Mm-hmm.
think this is a 50-50 game.
Mm,
Yeah, either side can take it, because though I think tactically, Ateta has an edge. Though I mean, Enrique is the more experienced manager, and he has set up a very, very good PSG side. But
mm,
tactically, I think Ateta has the edge only because Ateta is willing to be pragmatic. He's willing to do things that maybe Louis Enrique would not want to do. He's
Mm.
willing to sit back at
Oh, he's
not
very
sit
good by the
deep.
way when it
Yeah,
comes to
not
the
sit
bus.
deep. Yeah, not sit deep, but he's willing to sit back. He's willing to keep things very tight. He's willing to ask his players to be wild dogs for him. So it can be very difficult when you have a bunch of wild dogs just handing
And
around
Josh,
people who can
there's
pass the ball.
I know you've said they haven't really scored, many goals recently through set
Yeah,
pieces or direct set
yeah.
pieces, but to me, I
No,
still
I
think
mean, I
that's
mean
one
the
of the
set
key
pieces.
elements.
No, I mean the coached set pieces. Okay, I
Okay,
don't mean
okay.
the two free kicks that Declan Rice scored out of uh, um, out of the blue. I'm talking
But
about
they're
the
highly,
corners and stuff like that.
their set pieces are very, very choreographed, Josh.
It
They are
goes
very
without
well
saying.
coached, you
It
know?
goes without saying. I mean, that's a powerful tool that you can have in a
Mm.
Champions League semi-final because these are games that are decided on very small margins, and it could just be that corner kick that a player unknown like Kivio scores the winner, and it's 1-0.
Well,
Because I don't
PSG.
expect a lot of goals in a semi-final.
Well, no, this has to be this is going to be a what? A goal scoring end to end game, Josh. I'm telling you. I'm
I
telling
know.
you. But yeah, set pieces, those routines are really tailored to exploit opponents' weaknesses. And the gentleman that came from Man City, what's his name? Jova in
Jova,
2021. Yeah,
Nico
Josh.
Jova.
He
I
uses
think it's
video
called Nico
analysis
Jova.
to identify vulnerabilities in opposition defenses, such as poor marking, the weak goalkeeping. Now, they employ a variety of routines for corners and free kicks, even including just short corners. It could be even throw-ins. So
But
PSG has
the
to be
referees
very,
should
very
actually.
careful.
I think the referees should do more. The referees should do more.
Who the
Um,
referees?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Most of them are okay, but some of them they impede the keeper. They impede the keeper.
By the way, I saw that.
They
I
do
don't know,
sort of
Josh.
things
Was it the
that should
Liverpool
be a
game?
foul.
I think
I
I even
I
told
cannot.
Aziz the Liverpool game. I don't remember what game it was. They did the
I mean,
same thing, and the goal was given to them. I right away I told Aziz, "Do you remember the Arsenal game when we were playing with them? I think they beat us 2-0. I don't remember whether it was at the Emirates. It's the same thing they did, but this time around, the referee. He went to the VAR. He didn't even take more than a minute, and it's like it's a goal. There you go, you have it. But referees, again, I don't know why every time they are playing with us, rather every time it's an Arsenal game, it's like they turn a black eye, Josh, a blind eye. They don't give it a lot of attention, and I don't think it's right.
yeah, it happens.
But the chance
When
is it's in UCL, Josh. UCL is a bit different from Premier League.
yeah, it
These
is, but
referees come this side also wanting to
yeah,
show
but
off
you
their
see,
test.
no, but they see the discretion of the referee can also come into play. The Gabriel Magalhaes against Bayern Munich held the
Mm.
ball in his hand. He should have been sent off and a penalty taken, but the referee, in his mind, he said that he cannot give a penalty for that at that stage in the Champions League. But it was a foul. It was a foul. They started the ball for him, and he caught it.
Do you remember that
He was
game
never punished.
in the league phase where they lost to PSG 2-0?
Yeah.
If you remember very well, the tactic was
PSG lost to them.
yeah, sorry, PSG lost to them. Arsenal frequently, they use blockers to screen opposition defenders, Josh, which creates spaces for the attackers. Players like Havertz or even Saliba's very good when it comes to area balls. Now, the tactic was key. That very tactic, Josh, was key to that loss, 2-0, or to win against PSG. Because I remember Havertz lost his marker due to a block by Rice. Now, if it's the
Yeah.
same thing that is going to happen, they might exploit the second phase opportunities, Josh. And players like Odegaard, Rice are ready to pounce on loose balls, Josh, or recycle possession for secondary crosses. Now, PSG, I've seen them when in air, Josh. They are not very, very, very good. I'm worried for
Yeah.
them. As I've said, you saw the goals in the first phase. To me, I think the only way they have the best ways to use their wingers, Josh, and try to avoid the midfield a lot.
They have the better midfielders in the on the pitch.
Mm-mm. Okay, maybe now that Partey is off.
Ruben Neves, Ruben Neves,
By the way, that guy is supposed to
Vitinha,
come to United.
Vitinha,
Well, it's
Ruben Neves, Fabian Ruiz,
Fabian
Nuno
Ruiz. Yeah,
Mendes,
he's a magician. He's a
Hakimi.
magician. Uh,
Bro, what you talking about, bro? I mean,
Let me remind you, Josh. Let me refresh you. Do you
Declan
remember
Rice,
the game
Odegaard,
against Real Madrid?
Declan Rice,
That's
Odegaard, Merino.
you.
Odegaard, Merino, Declan Rice. No, look at the midfield of Real Madrid. Who do you
Those are the
have?
same words you said. Only that last time you were mentioning Madrid players.
No, 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 no.
And see what happened, Josh. 5-1.
No, the Madrid players, Chouameni. Who did I
Yeah, you
mention in
mentioned
midfield?
the first leg. You
Valverde,
mentioned him.
Ceballos.
You met
You see,
Josh.
Ceballos,
Now you're
Valverde, and the players that I did mention, I agree with you, were the players at the front because I didn't see how Mbappe, Vini Jr., and Rodrigo on a Champions League night at the Santiago Bernabeu, they don't show up, but they never showed up like they've been doing all season.
mm,
Yeah, for me, I actually put that loss heavily on the manager.
now. Well, PSG. I mean, I wish him all the best today. I really hope they pull out and they bring their A game. They are very good also, Josh, when it comes to defensive wise. They know how to
Yeah, Pacho is a
defend at
very good
least.
defender.
You
Mendes is
know.
a good defender. Actually, they almost have the best players in the world in the
Mm,
positions. Nuno
mm.
Mendes is arguably the best right back in the world.
They
Sorry,
have that
left back.
defensive approach
Hakimi,
by
the best
Enrique,
right
high pressing.
the best right back. Okay,
Mm,
and when you talk about Kivicha, when you talk about Bakola, Desire Doe, I mean these are players. Usman Dembele. Actually, Usman Dembele has put questions on all his doubters. Sorry, he has answered all his doubters and critiques
true,
because I mean
true, true, true.
he has come to PSG. He has felt at home. He's had
Mm.
a tremendous season up to
And
this
he doesn't
point.
get injured
And
a lot like how it was the other side in Spain. He's
exactly.
still
So
he's still injury prone, but not like how it was the other side. And Josh, we're talking about PSG's attacking flair. I mean, it grabs headlines, but I was saying their defensive tactics are critical, Josh, to their success, especially against a team like Arsenal today, Josh, which is very good in set pieces, Josh. You know, they have that high pressing possession based philosophy, cadets of Luis Enrique, Josh, bringing, in a defensive approach, Josh, high press and counter pressing. And we all know their manager, Luis Enrique, employs an aggressive high pressing to disrupt opponents during the build up, Josh, aiming to win a ball in advanced areas. Now, the defenders, just that you've talked about, they do that going forward and they are very quick, very, very quick to drop back. Typically they defend in a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 shape, Josh, transitioning to a 4-2-2 or 4-5-1 when out of position. So today against Arsenal,
but the midfielders find a bit of a problem in that transition to recover to recover and minimize the spaces. Now, when you have a player like Bukayo Saka, and I don't know if Mikel Arteta can allow to sacrifice Bukayo Saka when they're defending the ball and he does not really get back. Because I know Martinelli, even if he has gotten back, if he gets that ball and is supposed to sprint, he can sprint into the places that you would want him to be. But then Bukayo Saka is he has a good head on his shoulders. He makes the right decisions. If you play this ball in transition to him really quickly, I think he can hurt PSG because, like I said, the midfielders don't really
but
recover that quickly.
Josh, but they have their fullbacks, Ashraf and uh not Ashraf, sorry, okay, Hakimi and Nuno
Hakimi, yeah,
Mendes. Yeah,
yeah.
very good. They always tuck into form. They tuck in very well. They form a compact shape, which limits spaces just between lines. So I see that, going to. I mean, I'm talking about now players like Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. They exploited this in October last year, Josh. So
Yes,
I'm
but
saying this
what
time
I'm saying,
around.
what
mm,
I'm saying, did they? I don't think they. How did the goals? How did the goals go in the first half? The ones
I
that
remember.
Arsenal scored.
I remember the one that I just talked about, the set piece where
Yes,
they blocked the defenders still, Josh.
yes,
But either way,
yes.
Josh,
So
that
what I'm
the
trying,
whole game, Arsenal had a better game.
by better, okay, yeah, you can say had a better game because PSG didn't really show up, but it was average. It was basic. It was basic. I mean, it was not. You can say that Arsenal dominated and stuff like that, but to what end? It
But
was just a
I've
basic
seen
game where
PSG really improve,
they
Josh, especially in
controlled
deeper phases.
and took their
In
win.
deep
But for
in
me,
deeper phases, they've improved.
I think Bukayo Saka can exploit the fact that Bukayo Saka and Martinelli can exploit the fact that Hakimi and Nuno Mendes are high flying wingers, and I also wouldn't want Enrique to deny those players the opportunity to play the way they normally play because that is the best way that we see them. So I think you should leave them to actually be high flying wingers and maybe ask Fabian Ruiz to tuck in whenever Nuno Mendes is has gone very fast so that he can keep an eye on Bukayo Saka.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't wait for the game today. I really cannot wait. I'm looking out to see if Fabian Luiz was he available last time. Sports Jazz, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yeah, Josh will be joining us back shortly. Yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
he played last time, right?
Fabian
Not
Ruiz.
when they were playing against Villa. I don't
I think
recall. I don't recall. But anyway, either way, Josh, he's a very good
yeah, he was.
player when it comes to box, just like Rice.
But
You know.
Fabian Ruiz can actually get lost in this PSG side
Mm.
because up to this point he has not lived up to his billing because he's a very very good player. But
By the
uh,
on the international level, he plays very good
even
football.
on club level, he's that kind of player. But it's just the heroics of Vitinha and Ruben Neves have just overshadowed his importance to this PSG side. But like you said, he's a box to box player and he
Mm.
covers spaces. He has at least some lungs on him. But he also has a technical ability. It's just not flourished a lot in this PSG side. But cometh the hour, cometh the man. He could just unlock everything today.
Well, let's wait and see how things go. I can't wait for both managers. Although tactically, Josh, I still, as you said, Ateta is to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's wait. We all thought Don Carlo Ancelotti would edge Ateta tactically, only for him
No
to be
way.
crushed.
We all, not me.
Uh,
Tactically, not me.
Josh,
Not
Josh,
me.
you're
Yeah.
forgetting the stream we did.
No, I'm
All
not.
your guns were against Arsenal. The
Yeah, but
manager,
then
the
that does
players.
no. That does not mean you see what you're saying is tactically. I can never. The Don Carlo of his age, at
Mm.
his age, I can never say he can outwit Mikel Arteta. I know that for me, I've always thought he's a very good motivational speaker, but you do need players that you can motivate. You need very good, experienced
Who is a
players to
good
motivate.
motivational speaker? Carlo Ancelotti.
Don Carlo, yeah. At his age, I know he's Italian and
Oh my God,
he's
Josh.
very good with tactics and things like that. Was
Mm.
very good with tactics and things like that in his heydays, but
Mm.
at this point, he's gone to Madrid and he's won the La Decima. He's won a couple of Champions League and trophies there. And when you look at the outlook of the team, it's just the players he has spoken to and very well because there's not too much tactics involved in whatever they are doing at the club. That's why I
Well,
think it was easy for Manchester United fans to support Real Madrid, because it looked like them, not so many tactics, but you
come
win.
on, Josh. Come on, Josh.
Exactly.
Don't
I'm
do that.
telling you the truth.
Don't do
We
that.
we
No,
we
no,
were
no,
like
no,
a
no.
mirror of each other, because we had the quality of players to win you any football game, but tactically, Arsenal always had a, a, a more appeasing identity than United had. But United was the one winning all the trophies and stuff like that. So did Barcelona, but Real Madrid was winning everything in Spain. So it's not
You
far
know what,
fetched.
Josh? Let's go for tactical matchups. Let's first start with Arsenal's defense. Versus Arsenal's defensive strength versus PSG's attack. Josh.
Yeah, that is the real pickle, because I mean, the game is actually going to be decided on those two, on that matchup.
Yeah,
Because for me, I think
from both ends.
I do think that PSG has the edge, because attacking players, even when the defender is very good, sometimes the defender makes no mistake, but he's beaten,
Mm,
because the player intends to beat him. So for very good defenders to actually be supported against good strikers, you need the midfielders to chip in, and you double team the players and stuff like that. Uh, Look at Kivicha. He's a player who can operate in small spaces. He has the lungs. He can do everything on the pitch. Actually, when you do ask Kivicha to do something on the pitch, he will run for you on that pitch until his lungs stop. He's that type of guy.
mm, mm.
Yeah, and
Well,
he has the technical ability to do it every day, all day. And when you combine with the likes of Desire Doe or Bakola, whomever will start the game, and the high flying wingers in Nuno Mendes and Hakimi, at certain
mm,
points of the game, you're going to have five attackers, five attackers of PSG against Saliba, Timber, Kivio, and who play at left back?
who? No.
No, for us, no.
For Arsenal, Miles, who? Lewis
Yeah,
Skelly.
Miles Lewis Kelly. And I like
Yeah.
the tactic that Arteta deployed against Real Madrid, to allow Miles Lewis Kelly to play as an inverted winger, and he exploited his ability to dribble. So he was carrying the ball from deep into his from deep in his half into the opposition box. So he would actually give Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, and all these attackers some time to get into positions that can hurt Real Madrid. A thing that I
Mm,
liked very much, because Miles Kelly, when I first got wind of him, I thought he was a
I think I
very
first
good
watched him in the
midfielder.
preseason. Mm,
Yeah. But he was a midfielder at the time, and actually, from preseason, I watched him in the youth system, and I saw he was a very decent midfielder. But then again, in preseason, he was also played as a left back.
well, that is going to be juicy. I mean, Arsenal's defensive strength, then PSG's attack. But Josh, excuse me, Arsenal. I mean,
And hey,
defensive wise
by
in
the
the
way,
Champions League.
look
Mm,
here. The Arsenal's defense, the Salibas and what, and they like the ball to be in the air.
They
They
are
like to
compact,
defend.
Josh.
Yeah, they're compact. They like to defend the ball in the air. But Kivicha, Desire, Usman Dembele, these boys want the ball on the floor.
I know, but
They want
physically,
the
Josh,
ball on
if
the
you say in the
floor.
air, yeah, that's what I say. In the air, Arsenal has
Yeah.
an advantage. They are very good.
So
But
they
when it
never play
comes
the
to,
ball in the air. They just put it on the floor. They put
but
it on
anyway,
the
yeah, they are
floor and
very, they
turn
are
you
compact
inside
shape.
out.
They are compact shape, Josh, and the set piece dominance. Set piece dominance will really challenge PSG's fluid front line. But of course, it has. You've mentioned players like Dembele, who has 10 goals involvement in UCL this season. Then Caravascalia. You have Desire Doe, Bradley Bacola, Josh. And I mean, all those players in for PSG have completed 190 dribbles just this season. It's the most since Barcelona in 2014. So 2014, 2015. So this will test Arsenal's disciplined backline. We know they have a very, very good disciplined backline. Particularly Josh, in particular the young kid that is Lewis Kelly, who faces a right-sided threat from Desire Dowie or Josh Obakola. So I don't know how Mikel Arteta is going to do that, but it's going to be very, very juicy.
Actually, from the heroics of the boy this season, I don't think that he's the player they're going to have to worry about most in the in that Arsenal defense. I would worry more
Who do
about
you think?
a seasoned player like Saliba and Kivio, because Miles Kelly. I
Why?
mean, because these much as they're experienced and stuff like that, they can be worry about the quality of Kivicha.
Mm,
But Miles Kelly, I don't think that his mind is thinking about how good Kivicha is. He just wants to play a game of his life in a semi-final of a Champions League. So I mean, he's what do they call it? Um, they have no fear. Like a player like Miles Kelly would have no fear whatsoever. You know, he's just come out there. He's had a very good season, and he comes out to play his game. Whereas a player like Saliba can keep an eye on where is Usman Dembele, where is Desire Doe, where is this and that, and
mm.
yeah, maybe make a mistake here and there.
Well, Josh, that was defensive wise. Then we go to the midfield. I know earlier on you touched this, but now we are, picking out and midfield battle. Josh, Arsenal's midfield trio: Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and of course today it looks like potential. I mean, Mikel Merino might be also there since Thomas Partey Josh is out. That's if he's fit. I mean, this will aim to disrupt PSG's tempo, which is dictated by Vitinha, Hakimi's passing sequences. And we all know Arsenal's high pressing could exploit PSG's holes, Josh. So, as seen when they lost to Nice, although you washed that off, you said that is not really something. But, Josh, the midfield battle, PSG versus Arsenal. Who do you see bossing? I know you've already praised the boys from
Bossing,
PSG.
Bossing, Ruben Neves, Vitinha, and Fabian Ruiz will boss that midfield. But Arsenal has a manner of setting up. Arteta has a manner of setting up his Arsenal side to make sure that the midfield um, worries the opponent.
Mm,
They will not allow you time on the ball. They will rush you every minute, so you give away the ball. But these PSG side can pass the ball all day. They can pass the ball all day. They can pass you into submission because they have players actually who like to pass the ball.
mm,
They just don't have to be complacent. I don't think that Aston Villa's attempted comeback against PSG was anything for me to say that there are frailties in PSG's side, that they almost lost to Aston Villa. All I can say that what I picked out from there is complacency. PSG at a certain point saw this game as a game that has been already won, and they took their foot off the gas. But this is a game that they cannot afford to put their foot off the gas. And if their foot remains on the pedal, I think we shall see 500 passes in the first half.
Well, by the way, just a good one. Saka
So
versus
close
Mendes.
to
Because we know Bukayo Saka,
draw,
he
tight.
currently he's been pivotal in nine goals and 6 assists in
Yeah,
16 UCL
that's not
games. Josh,
pivotal.
no, Josh. Saka versus Mendes
9 goals. Oh, 9 goals in the Champions League.
and 6 assists.
He scored 9 goals in the Champions League.
Mhm. In
Wow.
16 UCL games, Josh.
What do you mean 16 UCL games? Since he started playing Champions League? No,
Josh,
wait. Let's be clear. This season
Josh.
or since he started playing Champions League?
Saka, no, of course not. Saka versus Mendes, Josh.
Yo, let's be clear though. Saka versus Mendes, that is a very interesting one because for me, no Mendes is the best left back in the world,
Yeah, he
and yeah,
recovered not in the world, Josh, but
in the world is
one of those.
no, no, no,
He
no.
recovered
One of
very early
who's your best left back in the
after the
world?
early setback.
Luke Shaw,
Yeah, back then in oh come on, Josh.
Robertson, Robertson.
Aziz, where are you? The
No,
man is
no. Just
attacking.
tell
Yeah,
me. No, I'm just asking, as in, who is your best left back in the world?
Josh. Josh.
No, 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 no.
No,
Honestly, who is it? Luke Shaw, Robertson, Dogu.
no, no, no. Of course, Josh. No.
Okay, for me, I do think Nuno Mendes is the best left back in the world, and Bukayo Saka is the most effective
How about this
agricultural
guy who
dribbler.
plays for Man City, Josh?
Who?
Josko, what's his name?
Gavidio. Gavidio.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Because Gavidio
Well,
is not even a left back.
he plays that, and you're forgetting the
Yeah, yeah,
Bayern
yeah, but
man,
he's not
Josh.
an
The Bayern
the
man,
man. Who? Alfonso
Alfonso.
Davis.
Hmm.
I don't. He doesn't even remember when he last played the game. Yeah, he suffered a bit. He suffered a bit. The issues with his contract and get a case.
Another one is about to say Ain't Nuri. Someone else is going to come out and
Oh
say
my god.
Ain't Nuri.
Oh my god. Okay, Kerekes, I don't think can even make the list of top five.
No, this season, okay, top five maybe, but Josh,
Yeah,
this season is in the top 10. He's done so well.
in the
Stop
Premier
laughing.
League. In the Premier League. Anyhow, we're talking about Nuno Mendes and Bukayo Saka. I do think that
Mm,
uh, Nuno Mendes is the best left back in the world, and Bukayo Saka is the most effective agricultural dribbler in world football. I mean, the
mm,
things that he does, you never expect him to get away with them, but he always gets away with them. He beats his man. He has a very good head on his shoulders. He makes the right decisions in the moments that he has the ball. You don't expect Bukayo Saka to actually play a pass, but then he plays the pass and he's ready for the return ball. He's I think the most influential player at
no, no.
Arsenal.
Who is Robinson?
That's Robertson, bro,
Robertson, the Arsenal guy, the Liverpool guy.
the Liverpool guy.
Amil. No, 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 no. Amil, no,
Not
no,
even top 10, bro.
no, no. He had his days, but no, 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 no.
Yeah,
No,
he
but
had his lucky days. He had his lucky
I
days.
don't. By the way, Josh, there's an off-field tension. I don't know whether you've heard about it, Josh. Yeah, there's an off-field tension. I don't know whether you've heard
Mm.
about it. A dispute over ticket allocations. Arsenal providing 250, sorry, 2,500 instead of 3,000
3,000.
seats for PSG fans, and this has
Yeah,
led
yeah, but
to
that happens.
PSG complaining. And I understand, there's been a bit of friction, on the side of Arsenal. Uh,
That
you know,
happens. That
I mean,
happens.
this could also impact the atmosphere, but it's unlikely to alter any the, that dynamics on the pitch. But let's wait and see anyway. Arsenal still unbeaten. Yeah, still unbeaten in their last 11 UCL home games with 9 clean sheets. And of course, I will say this again, not forgetting their emphatic win over Real Madrid. I mean, no one saw that coming. No one saw that coming. But we don't write off PSG as well. Their attacking flair. I mean, they've lost 5 of their last 6 UCL away games against English teams, including Arsenal. So, where I say Arsenal, I think we all remember the 2-0 in the league phase. So, it's going to be a juicy match. It's going to be really, really tight. Arteta is going to bring his A game for sure. He's going to bring all his antiques, the dark arts. Welcome to the dark arts, by the way, PSG fans. If you are fans and players, if you don't know that, you have to be very, very careful with Arsenal. They are very, very good at that. But yeah, while Arsenal appears favorites, because yeah, they're favorites, especially having the home advantage. PSG under Luis Enrique have also improved. Their unpredictable attack could shift the tie. and you guys should not wash it off. I know PSG, Arsenal fans are very comfortable. I saw them tweeting and Facebooking, everyone talking about the loss to Nice over the weekend. PSG 3-1. Trust me, you shouldn't get your hopes high until it's done. Because I remember you guys were going to play Madrid, you were all quaking, you were all shaking until you beat them 3-0, also added them 2-1. So, particularly if Arsenal can capitalize, sorry, if PSG, to be particular, if they can capitalize on Arsenal's depleted backline, that will be very good for them. That will be very, very good. Lewis Kelly is a very good player, young player, promising talent, absolutely nice. But let's wait and see. Yeah, this is a different PSG, not completely different, but compared to how they were playing when Arsenal played them in October, they really play so well. They play very, very well. Although they missed a bit when they were playing with Aston Villa, I think they got too comfortable and it almost caused them problems, them getting too comfortable. So let's wait and see how things will turn out in the next few hours. I think from my side, it's like 4 hours away. It's a 7:30. But real quick, as Josh comes before we end the stream, I wanted to analyze player performance for Arsenal versus PSG for this game. I'm going to real quick. Bukayo Saka. Saka has been Arsenal's talesman.
Yo.
9 goals and 6 goals in UCL. Josh, welcome back. Welcome back. Josh is coming. Josh, you can join anytime. Swing in. Yep. Josh?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Okay. There you go. Josh is back. So, Josh, I was saying, I'm looking at player performance real quick, Josh, in 5 minutes. And I started with Arsenal, Bukayo Saka, very good. 9 goals. I'm going to say it again, Josh, don't laugh. 9 goals and 6 assists in 16 UCL games.
Which
5
games?
goals.
They've played already 16 games this season.
No, I mean, no, of course not. I'm saying 16 UCL games.
No, don't mislead us, bro.
Listen, I'm not misleading you. He has 5 goal involvements in this UCL campaign, Josh, with 3 goals and 2 assists. 3 goals and 2 assists.
Okay. That's
Do not forget the man was out for some at some point. But yeah, Josh.
He missed a game.
Strength.
Did he miss
strength, Josh? Bukayo Saka was out for some time.
Yeah, but I don't think he missed the Champions League game. Did he?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did.
Okay, let's say he missed a couple of games.
Yeah. Then Declan Rice, Josh, for me, I mean, we saw what he did. He tore apart Madrid, Josh. Those free kicks. And his pass accuracy is way high, Josh. Very, very good, especially when it comes to transition, Josh. He barely puts or passes a blunder, Josh. And defensive discipline, Josh, he's very, very good. Ability to break up play, that also makes him very vital against the PSG fluid midfield, Josh, today. Not forgetting his long pass, his long range, passing, Josh. It supports Arsenal's counterattacks. I'm looking at Saliba, Josh. I've talked about Declan Rice. I've talked about Bukayo Saka. Saliba, Josh, very, very good defensive wise. Well disciplined, Josh. Good in aerial balls, reads the game superbly, often neutralizing top forwards. I can give you a few examples like Erling Haaland, even Mbappe's, Josh, the game against Madrid. Only that this time he faces players like Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, both with high dribbling outputs, Josh. So, but Saliba's pace and physicality, Saliba's pace and physicality is going to be tested today, Josh. And lastly, Josh, you're going to be surprised from Arsenal. That is the left back, young Miles Lewis Kelly, Josh. 20-year-old who has emerged as a starter due to injuries for Arsenal, and it looks like he has utilized and taken advantage of every minute, Josh, they've given him. Has also very good pass accuracy. He has a very good pass accuracy, Josh, 86%. He's aggressive, when it comes to defending, recovery pace, Josh. His duels, Josh, is very, very good, winning duels. So those are my 4 players for me. Very, very good, Josh. How about you for Arsenal?
For Arsenal, yeah,
Mm,
Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Declan Rice for the fact that they're the ones who push. They're the ones who
yeah.
push to make sure that Arsenal wins second balls. So
Hmm.
those are the players who are key: Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Declan Rice.
Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, and Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Well, then Josh, when we go to the PSG guys, of course, for me, Dembele, as you said, he has had a very brilliant season, Josh. You know, he leads the PSG at UCL attack, Josh, with 10 goal involvement, Josh, this season contributions, Josh, 6 goals and 4 assists. Uh, yeah, of course, strength, Josh. We know he's very good. He's explosive, very good on one-on-ones, Josh. And he's improved his finishing too, Josh, which was a bit of a concern. And he faces Lewis Kelly, Josh. I know Calafiori has been benched. He's not going to. So he faces Lewis Kelly tonight. And Dembele has a tendency to cut inside Josh. That could expose Arsenal's inexperienced boy, that is Lewis Kelly. But let's wait and see. Maybe if Saliba and Rice limit his space, otherwise, he's going to be a problem. And yeah, Vitinha, Josh, man of the hour. To me, I think he might be man of the hour. He will dictate, he always dictates PSG's play, Josh. Very good pass accuracy as well, 94. Josh, press resistant, Josh. Midfield vision when it comes to reading, the game in the midfield is very good, Josh. And he battles Odegaard and Rice, whose pressing, Josh, is also very, very high and aims to disrupt his control. So Vitinha has to be very careful. But I know his ability to link up with players like Hakimi is also going to be crucial, Josh, in this game. And I mean, the tempo, he has also to control the tempo, PSG possession dominating and all that. And the man himself, the other one, Josh Caravascalia, very good. I won't say much. We all know this guy is very, very good. 4 goals and 3 assists, Josh, already. Uh, Dribbling, very good. He faces Jurien Timber today, right wing back. I cannot wait. And we all know his ability to stretch, defenders' flanks. Today, he has it for Arsenal. And let's wait and see, Josh. Last one will be Hakimi, Josh.
Yeah, for me, for Arsenal, I think I forgot to mention Mikel Arteta.
Oh, the tactically,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
aggressive, by
Tactically,
the way. He's
yeah,
aggressive when it
tactically, he
comes
will
to
be the guy
tactics.
to actually give Arsenal a chance.
Mm,
Because when you ask me for PSG, it is very difficult for me to pick which one. Because
mhm.
with PSG, I think they have a weak the weakest link in PSG is Donnarumma, who is actually a very good keeper.
Mm.
But yeah, Donnarumma can mean to do Onana things. But other than that, Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, those are the guys that actually give potence to already the very attacking side of PSG. That is
Mm.
Kivicha and Desire Doe and
Kivicha.
Ousmane Dembele and Bakola. But like you said, Vitinha, yeah, Vitinha and Ruben Neves in the middle of the park. They dictate the game. If they manage to dictate the game as they normally do, I think PSG will dominate Arsenal.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. That was Josh and Isaac walking you through the game that is happening a few hours from now. Josh, who do you got in the corner?
PSG, blue corner, all day, every day.
You have a lot of words for Arsenal fans if PSG wins, right?
Yeah, but for me, I do believe it's a 50-50 game. I mean, Arsenal can win the game, so can PSG win the game. So it's a perfect semi-final tie. So may the best
Well,
team win, but I'm in the blue
may the
corner
best
though.
team win indeed. Please do subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Josh and Isaac, Sports Jazz, hit and smash that like button. Let's link up tomorrow, Josh. We're coming back for
United
and Bilbao.
Yeah, and Athletic Bilbao.
But you don't say that with energy, Josh. Why?
Yeah, yeah,
Is it
yeah.
because
You
you're
will
talking
say,
about Man United?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
It's
already
a,
giving
I
up.
mean, it's a Champions League night. You
So you
know,
don't want to
we,
talk about Thursday night football right now.
yeah. No, I am going to get to talk about Thursday night football on a Wednesday when Inter plays Barcelona.
Oh,
I
by
mean,
the way, yeah, it's
I'll
Inter
throw in
Barcelona. I would
Inter
love Inter to
Barcelona
shred
somewhere in there.
Barcelona. I
Yeah,
hope
me
Inter
too.
shreds Barcelona, but it's going to be a hard
Me
one. Hans
too.
Flick has
No,
done a
you
great
see,
job
I
at
don't like for
Barcelona.
you to want the things that I like because I never get them if you support my teams. I hope you're supporting us now tonight.
There is no way. Come on, don't do it. Don't do it. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Thank you, everyone that has been on. Shout outs to you, Saka Boy, Amil. Then we had Henry, excuse me, yeah, Henry TI. Everyone that was in the comment section, shout outs to you, Sports Jazz. We are officially signing out. Cheers. And yes, Amicus PSG.
Adios.